Hello YouTube, and here's another YouTube exclusive on the channel. I hope you enjoy it. There's been a little Snoopy Goblin around the parts of the leagues. We're going to take him into our own league. Modern, red-black, with the Snoop Goblin. A combo deck. We'll see you in the matches, the deck tech, and we'll have some thoughts at the end of the league. Hello YouTube, and here is a YouTube exclusive on the channel. We're going to be looking at Conspicuous Snoop, or just Snoop as I'll be calling him throughout the general play here. This is a deck that's being popularized currently after the M21 release, and we thought we'd go ahead and give it a shot. Last night, if you joined us, and this is being recorded on Tuesday, so Monday's stream, we did run into this little guy quite frequently, the little Snoop, and it didn't really pose too much of an issue for us, and I think I know why, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I'd like to be proven wrong, see how powerful this deck could possibly be, and then we'll make some evaluations at the end. The general idea, though, is it's red-black or black-red goblins here, and the idea is that you can use Snoop, who looks at the top of your library and then gains those abilities. By using Snoop and then something like a Boggart, which puts the card on top of your library, you're able to basically use Boggart to grab exactly what you need to combo with Snoop. And in this case, many times it's Kiki Jiki. So that is kind of the general idea. The other thing you can do is sling-gang lieutenant as well. Sacrificing goblins, you lose a life for your opponent and you gain a life yourself. And so using that with Snoop as well through either Aether Vial or Boggart to get that onto the battlefield is a good way to just gain and drain your opponent. Sideboard wise, we've got a bunch of Plague Engineers. I guess the idea here is that if your opponent has creatures, the other plan here is just simply attack them. And so having some Plague Engineers to clear the way is good. Blue decks, we've got Boil. Multicolored decks, we have Blood Moon. I'm good with both of those. We have a random Crater Maker here. This can be searched through Goblin, Matron, or Boggart. And this will help us get rid of some pesky either artifacts or non-land permanents that are colorless, or dealing some damage. There's a couple Tar Fires here as well, and a Goblin Ringleader just to probably generate a little more value for maybe against, say, Jund, for example. A few Relics to deal with the graveyard, and that does it. We've got some Inquisition Thought Seizes as well. That way we have ways to interact with our opponent, and of course, Expert Munitions. Expert in order to hit our opponent's creatures. A little bit of creature removal, a little bit of hand disruption, and a combo finish here. We've got the Conspicuous Snoop. Snoop Goblins here in Modern. Let's get to the matches. Snoop Goblins, match 1 coming up here in Modern. Now, in our experience playing against the list, if we run into a lot of removal, it'll be difficult for us to win. We'll see if that holds true here, or if maybe we can find the lines needed to win the game. We've lost the dice roll here on match 1. That's okay, though. Start off nice and slow here. This is our first run out of the deck. We'll see with 0 experience, at least on this side of the table, how we do. So we have a Luris deck across from us. We have the combo piece in hand, not necessarily the best. We have a 4-drop as well, and then we have a 2-drop and a 1-drop. Seeing a Luris over there makes me think that this isn't a good idea just to keep a hand with essentially a 1-spell to play. Although we have Thoughtseize here, this just doesn't feel like it's the right thing to do with 2 of the pieces we'd rather in our library being in our hands. So let's go ahead and mulligan this opener. This one looks slightly better in terms of just card value. We've randomly gotten our Kiki Jiki again. We only have a 1-lander though, and we have double Snoop here. Let's go ahead and mulligan once more. Not a great start for us, but we'll get it going. We'll get it going. This one I think I can keep. I think I can get rid of Auntie's Hovel. I have an Aether Vial here. I'm going to get rid of the Tar Fire here, and the idea is Thoughtseize or Aether Vial, and then we'll worry about this Expert. Starting down a little bit here, but that's okay. We got a Mishra's Bauble. Looks like we've got the traditional Luris build from before the companion adjustments. Wooded Foothills, Cracks Wooded Foothills. Temple Garden, and the follow-up will be a Giver of Ruins. Opponent's going to see the top of our library, and it's a Fiery Islet. That doesn't really tell them anything. My opponent does look like they're more combo oriented. I think here I've got to do Thoughtseize over the Aether Vial, even though I like the idea of maybe using the Expert to try to get this off. It's not going to be something I can hit immediately here. So Thoughtseize, maybe take a combo piece wouldn't be bad. We have a Postmortem Lunge, which isn't very good, and we have a Devoted Druid. At least I could shoot the Devoted Druid, I suppose. Postmortem Lunge just gets the stuff back. The Bird of Paradise is protected by the Giver of Ruins currently, if they choose to play that. We're in a bit of a pickle here. If my opponent finds exactly what they need, we're in trouble. Actually, I'm not sure what I should take here. I want to take the Devoted Druid. At the same time, I want to take the Postmortem Lunge because they can just get the Devoted Druid back. I don't think I actually have a very good take here. We'll take the Devoted Druid, but I'm not feeling very good about our chances here. Not with that kind of hand. The Postmortem Lunge makes the Thoughtseize a little bit awkward. We might try to conceal a little bit of information here from our opponent. I'm not sure I want to just slam out the Aether Vial here. I'm going to play no Aether Vial here and just see what else we have from my opponent. See if they can just sort of combo kill us here pretty quickly. And if they're able to, there's no real reason to show them much more here. Bobble, we do have a land here. They played the Thicket, so we have Postmortem Lunge and a Bird of Paradise. They're going to draw. They get to see the top of my library. Actually, they targeted themselves. Hits for 3. Now this opponent doesn't have much removal, however, we don't have as much removal either. So Bird of Paradise. We can wait here, we don't have much else going on here. A little Bobble, we're going to flip this as well. So we got Boggart. They have Postmortem plus an unknown card. I mean, if I get the right stuff, maybe. I hate showing them much more information here. So what would I need? Boggart could put something on top. I would literally need to get Snoop here pretty quickly. All right, we'll share the information that we are a creature deck. Let's go for it. We're not here not to give it a shot. This will be our practice for sure. We'll see if we can't get something going here. Land. Postmortem Lunges. This can't be good for us. Finale. X equals 2. Well, we showed them an Aether Vial here. We had Musician's Expert that doesn't do anything due to the Giver of Ruins. Alright. We'll just assume they have the combo pieces that they need. We did not have a very good start here. Had to mull a little bit too. Okay. So, Plague Engineers seem really good here. We could use those for a variety of things, and a couple of relics might not be a bad idea. I don't see much else I want. Maybe a Crater Maker, because it is a version of removal. We could also look at these Tar Fires as pieces of removal as well. What do we not like? Shalak Mons is okay. Matron's fine. Ringleader's fine. I feel like I can just get rid of almost this entire package right here and just bring in like 3 Plague Engineers and 2 Tar Filers just for these 5 cards. The Aether Vials seem to be okay. I'm assuming I should keep the combo pieces in. If I don't keep the combo pieces, we're losing, right? We have to combo out our opponent. I like all these Plague Engineers. In fact, I like them more than this Tarfire. I don't mind the Tarfire. In fact, I don't like this Unearth. Maybe that's like Tarfires and Plague Engineers just continuously remove, and then somehow I get the Crater Maker in here. Maybe over one like Mog War Marshal. This list, last list we saw had Skirk. This one does not. So maybe Mog War Marshal doesn't make sense and bring this nice selection in. I'm not so worried about Lurrus. So we won't put the relics in thinking that Lurrus is a needed thing to avoid. We did see the Postmortem Lunge, which would give me a reason to maybe play the relic, but let's see if we can play a little more combo heavy game 2 on the play. And go from there. We'll keep this. This looks like this does the things we need it to do. Little removal, a little bit Snoop. Maybe I can get a combo on turn 3, turn 2, turn 3. Does that work? I don't know if that does. That doesn't look like it does. But I could be. Oh no. Yes, it would. We have a turn 3 kill, it looks like, here. Snoop, play this, make Kiki Jiki, make lots of these. Last one, do Boggart again, go get sling-gang. Fire away. Right? Does that work like that? I don't know. It might. If we need to slow them down, we'll put Expert into play. Killing a bird or something. But I think this is the correct line, right? It's probably just... Man, if I had an Aether Vial too, that would be good. Just Snoop them, Boggart them, slappity-dap, go for the combo. We have no turn 1 play, but we'll leave with the Bloodstained Mire. I can put a Blood Crypt into play tapped. We got a bird, and this is what I'm talking about. I could probably shoot this bird pretty safely. Do we shoot the bird, or do we go for the Snoop? I think we go for the Snoop because the reward here is huge, right? The reward is huge if I get to Boggart on this next turn. Let's go for it. We're not here not to. All right, we have a hovel on top. I'm presenting a potential win condition here. We'll see. We'll see. Gotta avoid like a path, right? That's what we gotta avoid. Maybe a dismember. Whatever else they could have. Who knows? Love to see just a giver. I think we got this though. No path and we combo in turn 3. That'd be fun. Okay. Yeah, they got to dismember. Okay, they dismember us. All fair. Okay, so we can either shoot this, or we can try to go for it essentially again in a turn or two here. I think we try going again. This puts it into hand, which is what I kind of want to do here. So let's go ahead and attempt that. We'll put Snoop back into hand. We're still kind of like 2-ish turns away from doing this then, because Snoop does not have haste. Alright, where's our Snoop? We'll try this again. We'll try again. The call. This also makes the Expert a bit larger too, and so I can play Expert and Snoop here and shoot something down, which is good because things don't have protection at the moment. At least typical protection with Giver of Runes. So there's Devoted Druid. Bird. And then they have just like Path mana open here. So that's fine with us. The extra Expert is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and put Cavern down Goblin. Let's go ahead and play Snoop. I think I want to just try to shoot this. Like right now. I know this has flash, but I'm not about that. Just going to shoot Devoted Druid here. If they have one removal spell, it doesn't matter. Devoted Druid's dead. Okay, they have another path. Say okay to that, yes. Guess it doesn't really matter. I've got all my colors here. Still kills Devoted Druid, which is good for us. We can swing for one. All right, we're in an okay spot. We're in an okay spot. A lot of removal. We have another expert here to kill the Devoted Druid. Scary thing is this Luris. Puts Luris into hand. Alright, so we have a Boggart here and an expert. Maybe I put Boggart and go... Do I just go get like a Kiki Jiki with the idea that that's just going to remove everything that they play? I mean, I could play it, and I could also use Kiki Jiki on Goblin Matron. I sort of want to do that. Like, just play Boggart, put Kiki on top. Don't even worry about Snoop at the moment. And I sort of want to just shoot again. Let's just shoot again here, the Devoted Druid. This way I can get in for 2 points here. And then I'll have Kiki that can copy an expert and kill whatever we need to. They can play Luris and play out a Devoted Druid, so we'll just be mindful of that. My opponent's also at 6, so they're almost dead. Cycles a Horizon Canopy. Plays out Luris. Postmortem lunges Devoted Druid. Oh my gosh, they have the call as well. And they're able to play. Okay, so now they have Luris and what else? They need another payoff card here. Oh, they have the Duskwatch. Well, there you go. Alright, well, we got, what? How many times? A Dismember and a Path here. Maybe our sequencing was a bit off, but there you go. There's some removal that got us there. Got them there, not us. I'm wondering if there was a different line there. I mean, my opponent's at 4. Gotta be careful with the Matrons. We'll have to see what we do in our next match. But there you go, an 0-1 start. 1 under the belt. When removal happens, you just can't quite assemble it. We'll see if that plays out for the rest of the matches. Match 2 coming up here. Match 2. I sense there will be some sequencing mistakes here, but I think we've got a good handle on a few of the elements, not all of them. We'll see if we can avoid a little bit extra removal here, get our pieces into play, and combo out. Didn't go well that first one. This is not a good hand. This lacks a land. It would be nice to also get an opening hand that I can keep. Alright, we'll keep. I can put Sling-gang probably away, because I can go get it with the Matron. We're going to attempt an Aether Vial and see if Aether Vial can get us the distance. Although we might not be playing Magic here in match number 2. That would be disappointing. Let's just hope that's not the case. Thoughtseize looks like the priority now. Huge priority. I am here to play Magic, not watch Magic. Neoforms. So they outsourced and neoformed their Gristle branding here. I mean, we just lose. Don't get to play Magic. We know what we're playing against. This might be a quick match too. Gain 7 here with the Chancellor being exiled. We know they don't have that in hand now. Noxious Revivals, the Shoal so that they can gain some more life. Grabs another 7 cards. Summoner's Pacts, the big worm probably. Does so, and exiles for a 15 life total swing. 31 cards minus 15 going to 16 cards in the deck after 2 draws. Looking for probably another Nourishing Shoal here. A 1 draw 7, and the second draw 7. You can do it. There it is. 4 life remaining. 17 cards in the deck. Probably has a Nourishing Shoal and a Summoner's Pact. Do we have those cards? You've used 1 Summoner's Pact. Surely you've got one of your other 3 in the library. Maybe they missed. Maybe they missed. Simian Spirit Guide. We're going to play a Manamorphose, Plari floating blue and green. We're going to let this play out. Maybe they'll fizzle. Maybe we'll get super lucky here and not have to worry about playing match 2 because they'll lose to themselves. 2 Simian Spirit Guides used, so we're unlikely to have mana currently for Summoner Pact cost. This makes me think they are winning here in Game 1, Match 2. Manamorphose draws a card. 16 cards remain, makes double green. Double green's a bit of an interesting one. They probably have more Manamorphoses. Maybe they have Wild Cantors. Nourishing Shoal goes back up to 19, pitching the worm. 16 cards remain. We can draw 2 more sets of 7, down to 12. 9 cards remaining, another. And at this point, it's deterministic because they have more of these. They can draw 3 more times, and they can probably play out their last card. We'll see if it's the Laboratory Maniac. I think they've been going back to that. It could also be the Thassa's Oracle. We've seen a little bit of that recently as well. Should I concede? Nah, we make them play it. Maybe they'll make a mistake. Maybe. They have so many cards to click through. You know, one thing about this interface, with 33 cards in hand, you just have to go... Ah, there's the card. And then it'll go way past it because of the lag and everything. It's not easy. It's not easy. Maybe they registered the wrong deck. Maybe they don't have the win condition in the deck. Maybe they only have 3 Nourishing Shoals. Oh, there's another Nourishing Shoal. They can grab down to their last 2 cards here. They had to find that last Nourishing Shoal. It's good that they got the Noxious Revival for one of those. Simian Spirit Guide. Simian Spirit Guide, we have 4 mana floating. 4 mana. 4 mana. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Manamorphose makes blue mana. Draws a card. Double blue. Nope, single blue. Single blue. Uses one of that blue. Uses a red. Manamorphose. Lab Maniac. There we go. Draws with Griselbrand. Wins the game. Didn't even get to play Magic. Just watched our opponent. And game 1 done. Do we have anything for this matchup? Not really. Not really. We could Blood Moon them, which is kind of like a thing that I will consider doing here. And the Plague Engineer could be used on Laboratory Maniac, technically. That being said, it's unlikely to really do much. We'll go ahead and throw a couple Blood Moons in here, though. I'm going to put those in over probably this Tarfire, probably a Mog War Marshal or something. We have the Expert that could shoot down the Lab Maniac if we get to that state in the game. I want my hand disruption. I want a way to get rid of their cards that they can play. Here we have a hand that does nothing against this. No interaction for their hand. No Blood Moon. Let's go ahead and mulligan this. We definitely need to interface with them a little bit. All right. Thoughtseize looks good here. That's probably about as good as we're going to get. Do I need to get the War Chief or the Pashalik Mons into play? Let's get rid of Pashalik Mons. Really, I need something else to go along with Snoop. We'll see, though. Thoughtseize is deleted off. Let's see if we can steal something that matters here. We have Nourishing Shoal, Neoform, Manamorphose, Evolution. We have a Manamorphose and a Summoner's Pact. We'd probably take the Summoner's Pact and force them to get the draw. They're going to have to draw their creature they need. It also takes a green card, which is sort of nice. Botanical Sanctum, no play. All right, let's just name Goblin here. Let's go ahead. Red, red. On the off chance that Snoop finds the top card that we need. Rare chance, but could happen. Snoop is in play. Blood Crypt on top. Opponent draws into the card and gets Waterlogged Grove down from the hand. Opponents found their Summoner Pact, and they're now going to combo out on turn 2 this time around. Well, I Thoughtseize one thing. I clearly needed a Thoughtseize. I would say another thing, but I'm not even sure I could at this point. I could take a Nourishing Shoal. They exiled Eldritch Manamorphose. They Neoform. They have Nourishing Shoal and the Gristlebrand in play. Summoner's Pact. We know they have the Nourishing Shoal. They use Worm and Nourishing Shoal. I think we lose here on turn 2 this time. Through a Thoughtseize. I think I'm good. I'm not going to watch this. Match 3 coming up next. I really hate this deck. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so we have a little bit of a goof up here by me. Essentially, what ended up happening is I didn't hit record on the last one, but we can hit the replay button, and we will go ahead and do that. Playing our Goblin deck. This is match 3, just a quick replay of what happened. This opening hand seemed fine. I had the Aether Vial, and we're going to go ahead and play that out. I'm just going to play this at what I presume is roughly normal speed here. Hand seems good. It's got Snoop. It's got Pashalik Mons. It's got Mog War Marshal. These cards are great. And immediately, one thing that I noted, and one thing that I reiterated, not during the recording, is we have the mirror here. So we have a good chance that they don't have as much removal, and if they don't have as much removal, we have a good shot at actually assembling our combo pieces. We top deck a Boggart here. We have Aether Vial on 2. We can put on our turn 3, we can put in Snoop, and then on the next turn, we can basically get Boggart here, put Boggart into play, and be good to go. My opponent does put Snoop on the top with the Boggart of their own. We put Snoop into play. Ours will have that haste, or basically be ready to go ahead and use its activated abilities here. We don't buy with Mog War Marshal. We go up for 3, up for 2. Get to play Boggart here. We're going to also play Pashalik Mons just to quicken the clock as well. We did top deck a sling-gang. Things look good, though. We can get Kiki Jiki from here. We just make copy, 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 copy. And then from all the copies, at the very end, what you do is you then copy Boggart. Boggart puts a sling-gang. Luckily, we have 2 in the deck. Boggart puts a sling-gang on top. And then from the sling-gang, you can then sacrifice, 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 and kill them. You'll need 20 goblins typically, although we have a Pashalik Mons, you really only need 10 here. We just go for the full 20 before we go get Boggart, put sling-gang on top, and start sacrificing. Now, our opponent did make us do this, so we decided that if the combo happens from them in game number 2, that we would be sure to make them play the whole thing. Sideboard-wise, because I don't believe we have a sideboard replay, we're going to basically bring in Plague Engineers, and I'm going to bring in a couple Tarfires as well. This is strictly just to name Goblin, and see if we can't, from that, get what we need to shut them down. We like our Munitions Experts, we like Plague Engineers, we like Tarfires, just ways to interact and remove our opponent's combo pieces. This is game 1. Let's jump to game 2's replay and see if we close it out 2-0 or need a game 3. Game 2, match 3, since we failed at recording. We can kind of take a look here and see what we have. We have the Inquisition Thoughtseizes out. I didn't actually bring the Tarfires on, and I probably should. So we'll do that in game 3 if needed. Mog War Marshals here is what I decided to take out just because we don't need to go super wide necessarily. So yeah, I brought the Plague Engineers in. I brought in something else, and I'm not recognizing what I brought in. But there you go. That was the sideboard. Well, let's go to the game, and let's see how we do in Game 2. All right, so Game 2, opener, 3 lands, and a Plague Engineer. Looks good, but my opponent does Inquisition one of these away, so unfortunately we just have the 1. We top deck a Snoop here, so things are looking good. We got the Snoop. Matron can go get Boggart. We can set things up. Might as well go for it, and we'll put our Snoop into play and see if they have the Munitions Expert. They have number 1. Will they have number 2? We end up having actually Boggart on top of the library. Opponent does have the second Expert, and that does save them from combo kill on this coming turn, which is good for them. All right, so we end up having this Boggart we can use later. We have the Plague Engineer. We're obviously going to just name Goblin and clear the board. So we're now at a kind of a board cleared state. Let's see if what we can do. Opponent gets the Ringleader, and in this Ringleader, they only hit Starfire and a Plague Engineer. We top deck an Aether Vial, are able to play Matron and Aether Vial, or in this case, we just do Ringleader. We end up grabbing a Kiki-Jiki. So this is kind of nice. We're able to now use Kiki-Jiki if we draw another land as an extra Ringleader, multiple Matrons, Boggarts, whatever they may be. Top decks the land. We get to play the land into play and get the Aether Vial. Goblin Matron's going to get Munitions Expert. I do this because I know the Munitions Expert's going to be able to remove the combo pieces that they have. They take their Munitions Expert and kill our Ringleader here. And they've killed, with the Tarfire, they've killed also our Plague Engineer so that they can play Magic. Our opponent goes and gets a Snoop here. They've played their Matron. We have our Kiki-Jiki. We're not concerned about losing here because Snoop does not have instant speed haste, and he won't get that. So we're good here. The Snoop is not going to kill us. We put Kiki-Jiki into play, planning to use Matron to try to get some more combo pieces. We'll be able to play multiple Experts this turn and just shoot off whatever we need. Opponent uses Snoop, Boggart, and then realizes that Boggart or Snoop does not get haste. From here, we have Munition Expert, and a Kiki-Jiki for munitions. With the Boggart, we put, I believe it's just a sling-gang on top. You'll see that down here. And then we're setting up to win this game. We allow them to play their Kiki-Jiki because we know they got that. They copy Munitions Expert. We copy ours. And it was first to flinch. What's nice is I have this bonus one here that I can go ahead and put into play when they attack. My opponent attacks here, and at this point you're probably seeing that we're going to take over this game fairly nicely. Again, attributing to the whole, if you have removal, the Goblin deck does not seem to do too much against you. Lucky for us, that's what we had. We have a sling-gang here. I could have copied it immediately. I decided to leave Expert open on the off chance they have something very strange here. We decide to kill Kiki-Jiki before Snoop comes down because Snoop by itself really isn't too frightening. We see a Plague Engineer here. Not too afraid of that. A Mog War Marshal, and at this point we have lethal on the board whether my opponent's figured it out or not. We sacrifice to Sling-Gang here. We can use Boggart's copy ability to grab the winning piece. In this case we decide Pashalik Mons is our winning piece. We play that down, we can attack with everything. Anything they block, we sacrifice to Sling-Gang, doing 2 damage, 1 life gain loss, and then 1 damage here, and then we just finish off the board and kill them. There you have it though. Red-black goblins, black-red goblins, the mirror. I think it just affirms that even though we won, the reason we won was because we were removing our opponent's creatures, and so if you have any reasonable amount of interaction here, I feel like you're in good shape. The scariest thing for them to do is have Snoop off Aether Vial, and then they play a Boggart right after, and now you're just kind of toast. As long as you have that instant speed removal though to interact with that Aether Vial interaction, I think you're in good shape. Really, it's all just off this. If you have a 1 board wipe and one removal, I don't see goblins beating you typically. That was match 3 though. Sorry about the little mishap with the recording. Let's make sure we do it right for match 4. See you there. We've hit record. We're good. Match 4 coming up here. Playing the Goblins. Snoop's Goblins in Modern. So, we've had a non-interactive match, a very interactive match, and a mirror match, which was semi-interactive. This deck's going to love it when there's not too much interaction from your opponent, but not crazy non-interaction like Hyper Combo Neoform. I wouldn't be too worried about the list thus far. But of course we are the first time piloting this, so our take on it, or our approach, could definitely be not the best. I could see something where you have some protection for your goblins. That might work well. Match 4 here, we get to play. That's always a good thing here. We have Snoop, we have Boggart. I'm going to keep this. We do need one more land, but if we can hit that land, we'll be in great shape. I say great shape, and then I realize Kiki Jiki's in hand. It'll be alright, though. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Test it out with the Keek Majiks in hand. Mystic Sanctuary. This looks like a great opportunity to slam the Snoop down. And we do hit that third land. We do want to hit all of our lands. There's an Aether Vial. That looks actually pretty good as well. Let's see if my blue opponent has some removal here. Scalding Tarn tells me yes. Steam Fence definitely tells me yes. Shocking this in. And Bolts. There you go. See, they have removal. Not that we could necessarily combo out because Kiki's in hand. However, the threat is there. I'm starting to wonder if I should have an extra Kiki. It'd be nice to have an extra Kiki every now and then. We've drawn this once or twice, and it's been a little bit awkward. Alright, we're in good shape, though. Aether Vial is here. We got opting from our blue-red opponent. We went ahead and got the basic mountain on the off chance they were playing Blue Moon and have Blood Moon. Off chance. We have a thing in the ice. I don't think I need to pay the echo cost here. I kind of want to play Boggart down. We'll move the Aether Vial up one here. Cavern can name Goblin. Now I can just play... We'll definitely play it non-counter. Goblin. I'm thinking I just need, like, sling-gang here, honestly. We could get another munitions expert to shoot the thing in the ice. Let's do another munitions expert here. It's going to attack for one. I suppose I could have attacked for one and seen about putting expert in. They avoid the bolts. We'll F6 through this turn. If I draw another land, I have Kikijiki that can come into play uncountered and the Aether Vial to kill the thing in the ice. Aether Vial going up to 2. We're playing around the Boggart here. Sorry, not around the Boggart. We're playing around the potential of you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. We will try to shoot this thing in the ice, by the way. Snap Bolt. There's Snapcaster Mage. When they fire off bolts, I'm going to go after the thing in the ice in response. I'm going to attempt to block here. Let's go ahead and flash this in and see if I can shoot the thing in the ice. And when they go for this, they're going to bolt in response, and then I'll put expert in and kill this. Now I can kill this as well, and everything should die here, except my creatures. I lose the one, obviously. We don't get in as much damage, but we had our opponent kind of spend all of their turn. And if I get a Kiki-Jiki down here, we're going to be looking real hot. This is going to be a hard one, I think. My opponent should have a reasonable amount of removal for our combo pieces, and so this is why we opted for another expert over combo pieces here. Ooh. Enters +0/+1 for each instant or sorcery card in graveyard whenever you discard one or more. So it's like a 1/3. Aether Vial going up to 3. We could try to force the Aether Vial up to 4. We hit another expert here. Honestly, I'd probably just play this and swing for a lot of damage. This way they don't get to use that at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Puts them to 8. Looking good. My opponent doesn't appear to be very happy with something. I'm not going to respond. I was going to say goblins is not a problem. They've apparently fought against 5, 6 goblins in the last little bit. And if they're losing to goblins, I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. We're going to throw this up to 4 here. We'll get to 5 at the very least. Let's go ahead and go to combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bolting away one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Matron down here. We'll go get the sling-gang and win the game here. The Cavern is definitely helping us out here. I can almost guarantee that. So this goes get sling-gang. Sling-gang goes on 4. Sacrifice the board. Kill them. Alright, so we've got some sort of bluish moon here. We'll be bringing in the boils. If there's anything else to bring in... Maybe it's Ringleader in this game? What do we not like here? Mog War Marshal's kind of like hit or miss here. Take 1 Thoughtseize and 2 Mog War Marshals. Bring in some boils. Have some fun with our opponent. Aether Vial's looking good here. Our combo's looking okay. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Gotta avoid some bolts, probably. This is turn 3 kill. We'll go for it. If they have what they need, they've got it. If not, we got it. There's the Mog War Marshal. I'm not sure I'll lead on that, but we'll see. We'll see. They just need a piece of interaction. Luckily, unlike Twin, the interaction needs to be in the form of just a small creature removal. I have a feeling they have this removal too. Maybe I should be patient. Maybe I don't need to be patient. I'm starting to wonder if Postmortem Lunge would be a good one in this list. Let's test it. I'll play Snoop. Matron on top. That's actually really good. I assume they're going to shoot this. And does so. Okay. Thought Scours them... Oh, Thought Scours me, apparently. Getting rid of my Matron. That's nifty. Well done. Well done, opponent. Alright, the Hovel's on here. I'm close to getting just a Ringleader. I could attempt to unearth Snoop or the Matron. Put Mog War Marshal, unearth Matron, put Snoop on top. No. Let's go ahead and force them to have another one for the Snoop here. We're going to put Snoop up. We're going to play Mog War Marshal here. And then we'll see if they've got it. Oh, we have another Matron, apparently. All right. Well, they didn't mess with our Snoop here. Let's see if they interact with us. I presume they do. Snapcaster Lightning Bolt, it appears. Thought Scours instead. This is interesting. I presume they would be killing this. There's Boggart. Well, I have Boggart in hand. But now I have two Boggarts. Now they have to shoot Snoop there. I'm not going to pay the echo cost here. I think they're running out of stuff to play here. I think we can just play Boggart here, set up next turn. We'll put Snoop on top. Let's just keep going for it. We'll just keep going for it. All right. Opponent concedes. I don't think they really need to be conceding there. We only have a Snoop coming down. There's nothing there to be done. Okay, well, when your hand is full of this. I mean, honestly, it's just Mystic Sanctuary, pick up Lightning Bolt. That, like, negates everything I'm doing for a long time. But if they do that, maybe I hold Snoop and then I top deck 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go. But there you go. Match 4 done. We'll see you in match 5. Let's see if we can get a 3-2. All right, match 5. Looking to go 3-2 if we can. We're currently 2-2, playing the Goblins, Snoop's Goblins, in Modern. We'll definitely have a little bit of a conclusion after this one. We've got some thoughts deciding whether or not we think this deck has legs, but let's go ahead and go one more here. See if we can get that winning record. Let's find our 5th and final opponent of this league. And we found our opponent. Let's play some Magic. Let us play. Hopefully get the play as well. We do. All right, let's play first. I mean, we got Snoop. We have the Matron set things up. We got the Thoughtseize to disrupt my opponent. I mean, this is a good hand. I think we can keep this. I even think I might be able to just go ahead and put the Cavern, or the Aether Vial down first. Set ourselves up. I like trying to do that since I have Boggart. I mean, I have all the pieces. I have everything in this hand. This is a turn 1 Aether Vial. If I draw the land, turn 2 Snoop it. Snoopity day. Opponent goes to 6. Keeps their 6 here. We'll go ahead and name Goblins here, and we'll throw an Aether Vial out on them. We'll turn 1, pass the turn. A lot of arguments for maybe Thoughtseize first, then Snoop. Thoughtseize takes the spell. Turn 2 Snoop, turn 3 Boggart. And taking the spell, it would probably be a removal spell that we would want the most here. Watery Grave tapped. It's good for us. Aether Vial is going to go up here. If we draw a land, I might just slam Snoop blind. I hit the land, and I just said I would do it. If they have removal, it gets really weird. Watery Grave just kind of, to me, says that there's probably removal out there. Let's go ahead and show them Matron and do a Thoughtseize. Let's check what we're playing against. Oh. Alright, a couple Ice Fangs. Let's just Archmage Charm away, and let's see if we can beat them before they get this all going. We can put Boggart into play. We can actually just Matron. Alright, this goes up. We can just cast Matron here. I'm not sure what we get here. They can't play their Ice Fangs right now. I mean, I could just get another Boggart. I can get another Snoop here. It's probably just smart to get another Snoop here. Snoop, Boggart. Combo, combo, combo. I got the field. End step will Snoop it away. Let's see if they've got the way to prevent the combo. Snoop's in play. Aether Vial going up. This would be the time to get rid of Snoop if you've got the ability to do so. Let's do black. You know what? I can just do this. We'll just put Boggart into play. Boggart, go find the Kiki Majikis. Which is this one right here. Combo. Combo. Oh, we're doing something here. Let's go ahead and get red man, I suppose. Got Boggart. So this Goblin is not legendary, which is kind of interesting. And based on what we have in play here, I think we go ahead and put down another Snoop here. We'll put the Blood Crypt into play tapped, and we'll set ourselves up for next turn. Now we got two Snoops. We got an extra Boggart on top. Looking relatively good here. Two Ice Fangs, one field. They can play another field down, it looks like. I mean, that's what they're going to have to do to reshuffle my Snoop. What's funny is I have two Snoops, so we can just go super combo off. So actually having the second Snoop here prevents them from doing the field shenanigans because I can play Boggart, put Kiki on top, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. If they ever go to shuffle, I duplicate with the other one. We should have this one covered. We should be going to game number 2. This is also the third opponent that's been a little bit miffed, if you will. They're going to do it now here. This is the smart to do it right now. I'll float black for funsies. I like that doing it now here because it prevents me from drawing the Boggart. Matron does this anyway. Combo kill is still available to us. That was very unfortunate. Okay. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Grab this card. Put the land down. I'm going to go ahead and do a little shuffle here. Just to see if I can hit the card on top that I want. Let's go ahead and do this. Opponent concedes. We can do Matron, Boggart, get the combo piece, and go to town. We can also use Pashaligmon to create 2 goblins and Well, we just get there. We just get there. Okay, so I guess here it's a little tough to say what we want to do for this one. I think relics make sense because my opponent does go to the graveyard with some of their stuff. As silly as it sounds, I don't like the idea of Boil, but I'm going to go ahead and bring it in here over Blood Moon. So we're going to do these four. We're going to get rid of a Tarfire. We're going to get rid of probably Unearth because I'm bringing in relics, even though they could counter an Unearth to bring it back would be nice. Honestly, this Goblin War Chief's just never played this entire league, so let's take that out. And let's take a Mog War Marshal out. I could be bringing Ringleader in here, but again, I feel like it's just Snoop, Boggart as quick as possible. And that's where I'm just sitting here like, do I really need the Ringleader? You know, make a second Kiki or something. We're going to keep this hand. This hand's mediumly slow, but hilarious if we get it to work. It'll be fun, everyone. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh gosh. It's just getting better and better as we go. All right, let's go ahead and let's turn one Thoughtseize. We'll worry about this Aether Vial in a little bit. So we have an Ashiok, a Dead of Winter, and a Euro. Interesting. And we have a bunch of stuff that gets stuff for Boil. Let's take the Dead of Winter here. We'll leave him with Ashiok. I'm going to definitely fetch with my Bloodstained Mire. Aether Vial Relic into play next. Misty's played. One unknown card. There's Snoop. My boy Snoop. We'll Shotgun again here. Let's play Vial. Let's play Relic. We'll worry about Snoop in a bit. Exile and pass turn. This will keep that Euro completely in check here. We should be fine. If they tap out here soon for the... oh, we have an Ice Fang. If they tap out for the Ashiok here, I'm going to get ready to Boil soon. They might play Ashiok next because I have potentially the Matrons. I doubt it's Euro. Yeah. Okay, Ashiok. Aether Vial going up. Let's go ahead and just play a Mog War Marshal to get around and maybe hit the Ashiok a little bit here. We'll just pass the turn. I believe they played the Island last time. Misty Rainforest. A little bit of Euro. This is where like we'll just maybe pop the Relic. Pop the Relic, try to hit the land, Boil them. Maybe. I need them to use these. Maybe I don't pop this. End phase. Hit this. Yeah, we won't pop Relic. I almost want to just pay for the Mog War Marshal this turn. Let's just do that so I can attack with it. We'll go up with Aether Vial here, and I have the Relic. We got to clear the Ashiok here before we can get anything going. So they use Misty to save their Euro, which is fine. We'll go ahead and attack. See if we can clear Ashiok. Cool. Oh, we trying to kill Ice Fang. What do we got here? A Fatal Push over here. All right. Cool. Ashiok stays at 5 here. We trade with the Ice Fang. Opponent has 2 cards remaining. Misty Rainforest gonna go get something. 1, 2, 3. They want to put Fatal Push on top. Let's go ahead and pop a Relic here. Pop the Relic. Pop, 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 pop. Wonder if I try to get this down. Archmage Charm to gain control of this? No. I'd like to play the Snoop. We have a land on top. Could be boil territory here. We could be boiling. We have to somehow kill this before we can boil. It's Aether Vial. I wonder if they have another Ice Fang. Let's test the waters and see. They do. Okay. They do. They block. That's fine. Aether Vial, or sorry, Ashiok is at 4. We might be throwing something into play here soonish. Mystic Sanctuary to put Archmage Charm back on top. Aether Vial going up 2-1. There's a Thoughtseize. Let's go ahead and attack the Ashiok. I'm probably just going to pass back here and use the Thoughtseize to grab that Archmage Charm. That's what's on top, so I'm good with that. I'm good with taking that card. We'll keep playing with this Ashiok here. Vial goes up again. A Vial attempts to go up. Maybe they're going to steal this. Okay. They stole it from me. We won't use Vial's ability here. Let's go and attack Ashiok. I'm going to maybe put a Matron down. We have a spare one now. No searching. No searching. Just Matron him. Aether Gusts. We can bottom this card. Cool. Okay. We're looking. I mean, they have some Aether Vials. That's what they've got. Where do they put this Aether Vial? Just keep it on 3 here for Euro? That makes sense. Fatal Pushes. Man, if I draw a land, I just boil, right? we just try to do this. Do you have a counter? Is your last card a counter? The answer is no. We boiled them. I don't want to put Boggart on top, or I don't want to put Boggart in because Boggart's kind of like how we get around to winning this. It's a field. But Boggart would kill Ashiok and allow the Matron to be active. I think we try to do that. And I'll wait 1 turn before I Thoughtseize here. I think we can Thoughtseize next turn to make sure the area is clear and then go for Ashiok and Matron. That boil was, it was good. It was good. One, two, three, 1, 2. They decide to mill me a little bit. They go over Snoop, Matron, Expert, and a land. Let's check the hand here real quick. Bonus Ashiok and an Archmage Charm. Well, we'll take the Ashiok. Let's go ahead and kill their Ashiok. So they have an Archmage Charm. That is all they have. So let's go ahead and put Matron down. This is probably the turn to go get Ringleader. The other thing I could do is just get a Kiki-Jiki and try to go for that. Let's do that. Kiki-Jiki and start copying things and going and getting whatever I need. Whatever I need. We'll probably copy Boggart first. So my opponent's got an Archmage Charm here. And they can't excuse me, they can't make enough blue. We take it down. We have too much pressure here with this Kiki-Jiki. We're going to be able to get to find anything we want. A 3-2 with the Goblins. We'll see you in the conclusion and our thoughts on Snoop's red-black, black-red Goblins. Red Black Snoop Goblins. So there will be a video that comes out actually after this. We recorded that yesterday. Not really any spoilers per se, but we do run into this a fair amount over a couple leagues actually, so it's spanned out. And there are wins and losses. If you have interaction against this deck, I feel like it's got a good shot of just not necessarily fizzling, but struggling. Goblins, though, in general, is in this kind of sweet spot. To me, you could see Cavern or Aether Vial. You're seeing the Auntie's Hovel. You're seeing red-black goblins. You're like, all right, we got this. And take down the red, the black, all of that. They could be aggro bushwhacker. They could be some sort of combo kind of thing with a little bit of green in there to draw a whole bunch of cards and like try to storm out in some capacity. And then we have this one now with the Snoop card here, comboing with Kiki and Sling-gang. I think what's nice about goblins right now is that as a tribe, similar to elves, elves have been always more powerful in Modern. Goblins has always felt like they're just missing a little bit. And I think with Matron showing up, we got Snoop showing up. If you're a Goblin fanatic, pick it up. Good deck. Good deck. But is it a great deck? I think time will tell. I think this is, if you're starting to see this one a lot more, you're going to see a lot more Jund. You're going to see a lot more Burn. You're going to see those things that have the Fatal Pushes, the Bolts, the Paths, the Abrupt Decays, maybe Dismember's main. And so keep that in mind for the meta going forward. If you look at what we have in our Pyro Prison, for example, Rabblemaster just got probably a whole heck of a lot worse. Everyone's going to be having the targeted removal, just like with the Luris Explosion and all the other companions. You're going to get a lot of those types of interactions where they need to pick off your creatures. Having enough removal does seem to do enough. Definitely having some things that prevent searching. The Aether Vial is kind of the dangerous card here, a bit like Merfolk. It's got that kind of weird, interesting fact here. But what's interesting is these creatures aren't ever going to get very big. Damping Matrix, Spyglass, some other things like that could be kind of interesting. Something to prevent Snoop having its abilities in some way. You could just name Snoop, because although it would gain the activated ability of, say, Sling-gang, it is the one activating. So I believe that interaction is correct. Leave a comment if I've got that wrong. But the goblins in general are pretty cool. I like them. I wouldn't mind playing it again to get a bit of a better understanding of what we've got going on here. But you're going to see them quite a bit. Until the meta shifts a little bit to kind of handle the creatures, which I don't think it needs to shift much. You're going to see this. Is it tier 1? Leave a comment below. Let me know. I'm going to say not quite. Not quite. Not in this build. I'm thinking something with Giver. I'm thinking something with Apostle's Blessing or a Hexproof of some form. You could do Jund. You could put Veil on the sideboard. Then you can have a Hexproof or protection spell. I think you can just ditch the Goblin Ringleader, quite honestly, in this variation. But I can also see maybe it just sitting in the sideboard. 2 Sling-gangs, maybe 2 Kikis, just because of the frequency of us drawing them. Looks pretty good. Not a bad little list. If you've enjoyed it, like, subscribe. Maybe we'll see you on Twitch. But until next time, we'll see you in the next matches. Take care.